Hey YouTube, this is Eileen, the environmental educator who has the late year's best environmental education and agenda on the planet. If only somebody would allow it, right? If everybody screaming for solutions would allow it, which is why I'm finally on YouTube, right? Better late than never, I guess. So here I am. This is video number 4 of the new Environmental Educator, EDUCATOR channel. And environmentaleducator.org is the education the world needs so that people know what the environment is and they understand how their actions affect it so that they will make responsible changes in their daily lives. And that is the solution, right? I mean, what's the whole world out there doing? Screaming for a solution, right? I'm like, guys, people, all these environmental people. I'm like, Albie. I'm like, this is Bill McKibben's in 350, who I call Getting Earth to 400 segment, right? 400 plus, right? That's what they do. Right? They don't like it when I say that, but it's true, right? I mean, I sent them a congratulations letter the day the news came out. I had been telling them for a long time, you are never getting us back to 350 before we go to 400 and more. You have no solutions, right? You're screaming for solutions. What does Bill McKibben do? Right? I don't know. He does speeches. He's written books. I've never read any of his work. I just know that I've heard him enough, and it's always about fighting the fight, right? And, together we're the fight. Like, we're going to tell the government they need to have solutions, right? No, Bill, why don't you come up with solutions, right? No, why don't your people, okay? On their website right now, 350.org's website, I've been emailing them for years and on Facebook and, leaving messages every so often. That's going to start being some of my YouTube videos. I'm going to call, like, at night and leave their answering machine a message like, hey, will you do this? I mean, I never quite knew if my request got to Bill. You don't get to the top people. You get stopped at, the people at the front desk being like, solutions? What? We're screaming for solutions, and but lately when I went back to 350.org, there was a Bill at email, right? I don't believe I ever saw that before, So for the past month or so, just about every day, it's May 2nd, 2014. I've again, been, hey, 350, seriously, like taking it to YouTube and, I will catch on. Logic and reason and sound ideas catch on, and on YouTube they will catch on. People will start sharing this, and I will eventually be the person, holding and running and speaking at and leading global conferences and brainstorming sessions. But this is my getting there, because Bill McKibben's not going to get me there, right? He's out screaming for solutions. He's not, I guess, like everybody else. What now? If we had a solution, well, what do I have a career of, right? My career of screaming for one is over, right? I mean, Bill McKibben, he's right, his days of action. You don't have days of action, right? You have days of pep rallies, right? You have days of well-intended people, but people that Bill McKibben in 350 keeps environmentally illiterate. Like, if they were environmentally illiterate, they probably would be days of action, right? But, I mean, first of all, does Bill even ever present the education and agenda the world needs to these people? No. What do? They go out and they stand in, like, 350 formations, like, 100 or 1,000 groups of people across the world all one stood in the 350 formation, I forget his name exactly, but, the president of the Maldives, the island president, I mean, believe me, that's another video, I guess, right? He's a chapter in my book, and, his press secretary, well, he sends his best wishes, but why are you sending him solutions? Like, he has a global microphone, right? No. What does he do with it? Right, on one of Bill McKibben's, 350 days of actions, he had an underwater meeting with his cabinet, right? And they signed something, a treaty or something, about how bad things are. I mean, right? It was a symbol that his country's going to be underwater soon. But is this president interested? No. He's out on a publicity tour screaming for a solution. I think, his movie is about his crusade. But, right, what his crusade lacks is solutions. But they're on his desk now, right? But he was part of Bill McKibben's, 350 Day of Actions. Auden Schindler, I think his name is Schindler. He heads up the environmental Action, the environmental, committee, whatever. He is the environmental worker at Aspen, the ski mountains. And, he participated. It was, I think it was Memorial Day. He had a ski race without snow, right? As a symbol of changing times and we need a solution, Believe me, my solutions are on his desk too, right? And he's like, what? But, there he is, palling up with Bill McKibben, right? And Bill's happy to pal up with him because the two of them together are screaming for solutions they're suppressing, right? What are they doing? Nothing, a sideshow. It's not a day of action, screaming, for a solution because somehow something has to finally achieve. Well, that something's on their desk and they're suppressing it. It's just right? And until people know, at least then they'll shut up about it. That'd be great because it's like I tell a lot of these people, the only thing your hot air is doing is warming up this planet, and your office is, it's emitting more greenhouse gases than you're preventing, right? So close your doors. I tell Bill McKibben and 350 to close their doors all the time. I'm like, either get on board solutions or stop screaming for them, pretending like you care. Billie Jean King, she closed her doors. Right? Just close your doors. Shut up about it. But they don't, right? They keep going, right? They keep pretending like they care, and they're baffled. They don't think they're baffled, right? They all think they're doing good work, right? They're not. Obviously, every global report nonstop continues to state, most every global report, right, that things are getting worse even faster than expected. Today, May 2nd, 2014, Al Gore's out, on Facebook. For the first time ever, all of April was above 400 carbon dioxide parts per million. Right? I'm like, well, Al, that's because you and Bill and everybody else won't do anything, right? I'm sure Bill McKibben's going to be out screaming about that too. Right. But what's Bill doing? Right. He's, standing having the biggest we had the biggest protest ever at the White House. Like, great. But again, you kept solutions from the people. Right. It's about the Keystone Oil pipeline, right? He's out there with the biggest. He got I think Bobby Kennedy, I think James Hansen, right? Two other people withholding, the education and agendas on their desk too, but they're out getting arrested in front of the White House. They're so cool, right? Oh my God, what's that doing, Bill? It's doing nothing. You're encouraging kids to go out and get arrested, right? Bill McKibben, he, brings Tim DeChristopher, right? Did you know who he? Right? Tim who? Tim, right? Tim DeChristopher was a college kid in Utah who. Went to a federal land, oil, and gas lease auction and, bid and won, parcels that were being multiple, like over a dozen. I think somewhere between like 10 and 20. It totaled over $1 million or $2 million. It was like $1 million to $2, like his total purchases that he didn't have any money to buy, right? So, he ended up doing 2 years federal prison time. But what did he get? Right, he got a microphone. Oh my God, Bill McKibben and Robert Redford and James Hansen, they're all, biased. He's a hero, man. Somebody's got to do something, right? Meanwhile, they're all preventing the solution, but Bill McKibben pals up with Tim, right? He's a hero. He brought him to the Power Shift conference in D.C., right? In my book, Bill McKibben's chapter, I just completely ripped that speech apart, right? There's no solutions, just Bill said, we're going to fight the fight. We may not win. I'm like, no, especially when you're not, interested in solutions, you're not going to win. But he's going to fight the fight. Bill, just shut up, right? And you're preventing solutions. You could have brought me to that Power Shift conference. No, what'd you do? You brought Tim, right? Again, how did I lead into that? What do you want to do, Bill? Get kids arrested? Right? Leave Tim at home, okay? He's well-intended, but so what? He's got no solutions. He did a really stupid thing, okay? You just don't go and interfere with a federal auction. You're not going to get away with it, Hey, he's so cool, man. It was, Robert Redford and James Hansen and Naomi Klein and Bill McKibben and one or two other people, they published an open letter, like, Tim's a hero, man. This was just civil disobedience, just the government's the problem. James Hansen, that's a whole nother story, what he allowed. But, the point is, that's who gets to hook up with Bill McKibben, right? They're hooking up together, right? And he's right there with Bobby Kennedy and James Hansen. More people screaming for solutions, don't have any. But they're all screaming for him. So, hey, if you want to scream for solutions, you can, be part of, as I call it, getting Earth to 400, got Earth to 400, right? I mean, I've been calling them getting Earth to 400 plus for so long. I mean, I guess I have to change it to got Earth to 400 plus carbon dioxide parts per million. Thanks, Bill, right? Right, but, I'm sure he's out screaming about that news, like something has to somehow finally achieve. Bill, again, I'm it. I'm in your email inbox every day, okay? I'm it. So, put up or shut up, Bill. Seriously, either introduce the environmental educator and agenda, the environmental educator, education and agenda to the world, or just bow out. Seriously, be like Billie Jean King. Bow out. You're not doing any good, and you're certainly not doing any good suppressing the education and agenda the world needs from the world. Okay, that's just not producing. That got us to 400 plus. Is what that did, right? And we're not going back to 350 anytime soon unless you get on board my education and agenda. And really, if you're not going to get on board it, that's fine. Just close your doors. Just tell everybody why you're closing your doors. Be better than Billie Jean, okay? Be like, hey, we're not it. Actually, because this person has convinced us we're not, because she has the solutions, and just direct the world to where they need to go, Bill. And that is me, the environmental educator. So people, stay tuned. This channel's going to have commentary about events, like when Hillary Clinton's out on behalf of the Clinton Foundation, a week or so ago, we got to be somehow something, right? I mean, they've been suppressing the education and agenda the world needs since they opened their doors too, right? So, we're going to be talking about some things, I guess, and then hopefully you're going to be helping get the solutions the world needs to the world, and then we'll be converting stadium or college concessions and getting reusable transportation packaging, and we will solve this because the solutions are there. I admit, even though Bill McKibben and his 350, as he calls it, more accurately, got Earth to 400 plus carbon dioxide parts per million, will not. So you have to be the solution, and I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but Bill is as not environmental as Gore and everyone else. So stay tuned, people.